Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is something that you look at and go like, that's definitely the most German thing I've ever seen? Okay, let me know in the comments down below, because that's the exact topic we're getting into today. Browsing Reddit. Once again, I love looking at Reddit, as I'm sure a lot of you do as well. And the topic came across, what is something you look at and it just screams, that's a German thing to you. Most of the people that follow me on my YouTube channel are from Germany. So if you guys are watching this video, slap a like on this video, get this video to some kind of like stuff. I don't have a like goal. Just like the video, subscribe to the channel, and answer the question in the comments down below, because I will be reviewing those answers. And we'll be discussing this on twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Follow me over there. We live stream very often. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the topic at hand and see exactly what we're working with. Boom. Woo! So, the title of this thread is titled, That's Definitely German. What is something that you look at and it screams a German thing to you? Boom. Edit. These were all great. Wait, these were all great. Did have to look up a lot of the words. Now for more specific, I'm trying to carve meaningful symbols into my daughter's height chart before she turns 1 in September. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We don't care about this part. So what we do care about is the top part. What is something that you look at and it just screams, that's a German thing to you? Now let's get the comments, man. The comments tell you everything. As a German, Bratwurst, Bockwurst mit Kartoffelsalat, Autobahn, the worst rap or hip hop, or whatever it's supposed to be that I've ever heard in my life. Overly aggressive behavior between fans of two different football clubs. People calling the police at 10:01 p.m. because of Ruhestörung. Is this right? I don't know what this is. Ruhestörung? I don't know what that is. What is that? Was bedeutet Ruhestörung? What is that? Just to name a few things. Chat, can y'all help me out with this? What does that even mean? Ruhestörung. Oh, Ruhestörung is if someone's loud at night and the neighbors can't sleep. So noise complaints. So basically, Bratwurst, Bockwurst mit Kartoffelsalat, Autobahn, the worst rap or hip hop. They're referencing Deutschrap trash. That virtually nobody likes Deutschrap in Germany, which sucks because I thought a lot of people did. I still find Deutschrap very fucking phenomenal. In fact, guess what we're about to do after we're doing this video? We're gonna react to some Deutschrap, and you're gonna like it. And if you don't like it, that's too bad, because I need to catch up on my Deutsch. Anyways, next one. Because I think some of those things he listed were definitely more Bayerish, but cool. A middle-aged couple walking into a shopping street next to each other wearing matching hiking jackets, usually Jack Wolfskin. Eesh, yikes. Okay. Yeah. Hiking is huge out there. But is that really German? Does that scream like, damn, that's German? Sandals, bro. All right, so Fun Team says, white asparagus, good bread. Being 5 minutes too early is considered punctual. Not walking across a red traffic light even though there's no car. Being loud after 10 p.m. is considered a crime. Paying with cash, less with card. On Sunday, everything is closed. I almost forgot the most German thing. Lüften, letting fresh air in the room. It's basically the solution for everything. Not sure how accurate that is, but let me know if that is accurate. Moving on to the next slew of things that are super German that make sense. Slap knees. So. Wir müssen dann mal. All right, cool. Next one. Staring. Been visiting Germany from the US, and strangely the subreddit gets recommended to me. But oh my god, man, the intense stare has melted me at some points. What have I done? See, I'll explain very briefly as an American myself why staring is very uncomfortable. Now, I'm pretty sure you've probably looked this up. A lot of you guys from Germany have looked this up at some degree, like, why are people so offended that I'm staring at them? In America, our crime rate is not necessarily the most ideal. Okay, so we always have the worst expectations of people, as I'm sure a lot of you all do as well. When people stare at you, it's normally because they want something. You know, when little kids look at you and they're like, it's because they want something. They want like candy, or they want you to take them to a park or something, or like ice cream or some shit. You know what I mean? If you have kids of your own. When, you know, a stranger stares at you, they probably most likely want your money, or they want something from you, maybe advice or some shit, or your belongings, or they want to harm you. Those are the first things that most Americans think of when strangers stare at them. I'll give you an example. In Chicago, I intentionally tried not to stare at people because I did see a fight break out on a train I was on one time. I was heading to school. I took the train from my house to school, and these teenagers beat this woman relentlessly in front of me in the middle of the train. And you guys might be looking at me like a role model saying, James, well, you're a big man. You're a big muscular man. And you told us in high school you were also very big and muscular as well. You must have came to her rescue and helped her. No, I did not. I actually didn't make contact with anybody that was in the process of beating the fuck out of her. I looked at the ground, kind of where she was getting stumped out at, and I was like, maybe it'll end soon. Now, I kind of glanced over and saw that there was a man intently staring at the woman getting beat up. And he was looking at one of the people that was in the process of beating the shit out of the woman that was getting stumped out in front of me on the train. And guess what happened? Everybody that was a part of that fight, it wasn't a fight. They were brutally beating her up. They stopped what they were doing and they pulled the man that was staring at them into the center of the train, and they proceeded to beat the shit out of him right in front of me. That is exactly why we get very uncomfortable when people stare, right? Like, obviously in this case, the person staring wasn't the threat, but they clearly thought that he wanted just as much smoke as the girl getting beat up on the ground wanted, I guess. And boom, crazy. That's America. Now, a lot of times too, I guess an example of people who've been caught staring before they attack their prey. Well, there have been people, homeless people, a lot of times they'll stare someone down as they walk past, and they're like, that person has a bag I can snatch. And they'll dart towards the person, snatch their bag, and pimp off somewhere else, you know? So it makes people feel threatened when they're stared at. Now, not in every country, but definitely all over America. It's not polite. I remember that was one of the rules, the foundational rules my parents instilled in me when I was a child. They're like, one thing you never do is stare at anyone. Never stare at anybody, okay? If you don't know them, do not stare, because it will put you in dangerous situations. People have gotten killed over it. It happens a lot in Chicago. A lot. Happens a lot of inner cities. If you stare at somebody too long enough, you'll wake up in the clouds. You're like, damn, how did I get here? Fuck. You can people watch from a distance. It's almost like, I'll treat it this way. So you guys are telling me filming in Germany was, something I shouldn't have to worry about, because, as long as I'm filming a mass group of people, people can't single me out and tell me to stop filming. However, if I film a couple of people or someone directly, or it looks like that, or it is perceived that I am filming someone directly without their consent, I have to stop filming, because that's illegal, right? In Germany. In America, that is how staring is basically viewed. If you look at a mass amount of people, cool, no one's really going to give you any problem for that. But if someone feels like you're staring at them, it can get very hostile very quick. So I would just not do that. Another thing that's definitely German. Also, Mariam, thank you so much for your sub. Vielen Dank. Complaining about the terrible bread on vacation, literally everywhere. Listen, I understand you guys are the powerhouse for bread. So cut us some slack, right? Cut the rest of the world some slack. We're catching up. Kind of. America's not catching up, but the rest of the world's trying to catch up. Woo! This next user says, I fixed it for you. Complaining on vacation everywhere. Not just about terrible bread, but about everything. That's pretty German, apparently. The comment underneath that comment states, one of her favorite pastime hobbies is complaining. But there's a hidden compliment if a German can't find something wrong to complain about. If he says something along the lines of, Darüber kann man nicht meckern. I can't say it right. Darüber kann man nicht meckern. There's nothing to complain about, basically. The German really thoroughly tried 1,000% to find, even though the minute itsy bitsy tiny eeny weeny thing to complain about. Well, yeah. So the Germans thoroughly tried to find even the tiniest itsy bitsy teeny weeny things to complain about, but can't find any. You know, that's what they'll say, I guess, if there's nothing to complain about. That's nuts. Is that true, chat? Chat, is that true? The Brits are even better at the towel race. There's the towel race. Y'all talk about the towel race in the chat. Are Vitz towels funny? Vitz towels? I don't even know what Vitz towels are. Towels on chairs. Mariam said no country will ever be catching up to the German bread standard ever. Yeah. Oh shit. Also, if you're in voice chat, I can't hear you because I don't have my headset on. Okay, cool. Yeah. Whew. Oh my gosh. I was saying like the next one. Apfelschorle. Makes sense. International buyer. Knocking on a table when greeting people at a table. Mahlzeit. Knocking on tables after university lectures as well. I guess we like knocking on wood. Someone says, wait, this is German? Socks and sandals. I was waiting for that. Socks and sandals. Yes? No? Yein? Ah? All right. Seeing people looking through public trash cans for empty bottles. I don't think that's just German. I'm just saying, what? Spetzi. That's 1,000% German. Macherman comments, I'm German and I wear Jack Wolfskin jackets. I just never knew we were like known for that, but we've said that. And Birkenstock on holidays. True. The German language. Wow. Oh, whoa. What? I didn't mean to hit report. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Anyways. Two people meeting for the first time, having a brief social interaction where they vibe, and it seems like they've known each other for ages, only for them moments later to ignore each other again and continue on their business. It's like a new script suddenly started in their programming. This is exactly the opposite of what people told me Germans were like. Isn't that textbook small talk? Isn't that something you said didn't like? Hey, society's changing actively all the time. So if you guys like small talk, just say that. Dark and twisted fairy tales in the chat. All right. I'll allow it. Makes sense. Here we go. This is what y'all were talking about in the chat. Putting your towel on a sunbed at 06:58 a.m. in the morning when being on vacation in Mallorca to indicate that this sunbed is yours for the entire day, even when you're not there at the pool. Here's something interesting. Your boy went on a cruise with his lovely wife, and we did the same thing. We put our backpacks and towels on these two sun benches and stuff like that, and left it there to kind of let everybody know that like those are our benches and shit, you know. I didn't realize that was like something that commonly happens in Germany. Makes sense. Wow, crazy. Also, Schorle, again, people strolling around a barren farm plot on a Sunday with trekking poles. That's definitely a dig at the people in Bayern. As I like to point out, responding to cultural differences not with surprise and curiosity, but with incredulity. I say this if, okay, hold on. As I like to point out, responding to cultural differences, not with surprise or and curiosity, but with incredulity. I can't say the word. I'm going to read this over and over again until I get it right, and I'm going to edit it so it sounds like I said it right my first time. As I'd like to point out, responding to cultural differences, not with surprise and curiosity, but with incredulity. I say this affectionately. I understand that being a language community of 100K with shared history means that cultural differences aren't encountered regularly. The next comment following that says, yeah, Germans seem to like to point out the conceived superiority of their customs, I would like to say. But what do you mean by language community of 100K? I misplaced some zeros along the way, but there's around 100 million living in Europe, right? 130 million, including populations outside Europe. Hey, interesting. When everyone in the company screams breakfast at everyone for the first break in the morning. Breakfast is not part of our language. What the hell? That's weird. No one says that I don't know. I'm not in Germany, so I can't say what people do and don't. All right, here we go. This is the most detailed explanation, or the most detailed thing that breaks down what is definitely German. So if this is accurate, let me know. If it's not, let me know. It says Jack Wolfskin as soon as it's like 12 degrees Celsius, along with giant scarves that could cover a couch, socks and sandals, Hausschuhe, bread obsession, even snobbery, but then thinking lowest prices equal quality. The number of people I've seen eating underripe or just low quality fruit or veggies is not knowing any better is truly astounding. And not knowing any better is truly astounding. For example, I watched a colleague eating a hard, clearly unripe peach, and he noticed me looking, and I said, "How can you eat that? That can't be ripe." He sort of shrugged and was like, that's how peaches are. Same thing with avocados quite often. In my opinion, Germans often think they care about quality, like they know it, but not. Ordnung muss sein, making rules about everything, even if they're not always actually followed. Towels on chairs all day long. Besserwisserismus is sadly common here, often paired with arrogance. Worse in men, but not only. Often intellectual humility is low. Many Germans will be 100% sure that they're the smartest person in the room. It's everyone else who's the simpleton. Very quick to finger point and apportion blame. Much slower to admit their own role in mistakes or accidents. The fear of being publicly wrong is a fate worse than death. Usually not being very outwardly friendly, but going out of their way to help people, not very communicative. But there are some exceptions. Well, that's off the top of my head, not all positive, but I saw other posters focusing on the fun things, so I thought I'd bring up a few complaints. Interesting. Is this true? You guys let me know. Oh my gosh. Whew. I mean, Jack Wolfskin is a German brand, so that shouldn't be too odd. True. Most people are poor. How can we think about quality when without being able to afford it? Oh, that's true. Well, we love our bread. That's right. No, not a Muse says, damn. Yay, listen, bro. This isn't coming from me. This is coming from the post right here. Listen, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. I know this was very charged, and I know some people are up in cahoots, but was this accurate? This came from your fellow people out there. You know what I'm saying? People that live in Germany that responded to these comments and stuff like that. And, they had some pretty hot takes. Some of them are pretty agreeable. Some of them maybe not so much. Some of them are agreeable and hard pills to swallow. Some of them aren't really hard pills to swallow, and they're heavily opinionated. You guys let me know in the comments, right? And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Love you guys. Peace.